Alright guys, let's discuss a little bit of something that's probably going on a lot here lately that really hasn't gone on as much. And maybe it has gone on a bunch. That is the nursing shortage. And when the nurses are short, the staff is short, they call other people to come in and work certain shifts. And if it's not your shift, if it's not your day, they're going to call you in to come on in and work a shift. Now, I'll give you some tips and tricks that I've learned along the way, and also a little bit of things I do to kind of try to get out of it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. One thing I learned right off the bat as a new grad at a nursing home that I was working at is if the staffing person comes to you early on in the shift and they say, hey, Chris, listen, second shift is called out. I'm going to try to get you some help, but if I can't get you some help, can I offer you like an incentive to come in and work that second shift? If you go ahead and you take it right then, this is what I learned. If you take it that first, right then, they'll say if you do two shifts in a row right now, you get tomorrow off. Or if you do two shifts in a row right now, you'll get, $100 plus, whatever your pay is or whatever it may be. If you go ahead and you take that incentive right then, that is the best it's going to be, because if the second shift person does not show up and they don't have coverage, guess who has to work that shift anyways, and you're doing it without the incentives? That's right, it is you, or, well, they said my name. So, you are the one that has to do that shift now. If you go ahead and you do that incentive and you get that incentive and you say, yes, I got, whatever it is, but now I got to do a double shift. That's a terrible day. So that's always a possibility that you're going to do the double shift and get the incentive. I learned early, if you take the offer to begin with, it's always a sweeter offer. That may not be true everywhere you go. There are some places that may sweeten the offer the further, you hold out. But you need to find that little bit of sweet spot as to when they're going to sweeten the offer or when they're going to take it off the board altogether, and you got to work that shift anyways. So always kind of be mindful of that offer that they're going to offer you to work that extra shift. If you are short-staffed and no one shows up, you're still that nurse on the floor. Yes, you are. And it's going to be terrible because you still got to do that shift. It sucks. I've been there before myself. It is no fun. If there's an offer on the table before they start calling people in and they say something like, we're asking 5 nurses to work every weekend for the next 2 months, and if you work every weekend for the next 2 months, we're going to give you a $3,500 cash bonus, something like that. That's writing on the wall for either you do these now or you're going to have to do these without the money coming up soon. I'll be honest, I've never taken a shift like that. I've been presented with shifts like that, but I took my chances as to not work the weekends, and it played out for me. But if they come to you and they have shifts that say, hey, you work the next 6 weekends or 8 weekends or whatever, we'll give you a $3,500 bonus plus your hourly rate, whatever it may be. Guess what? They are desperate for nurses and they really need some weekend help. And if a lot of people don't take that deal, they're going to put somebody in it without the money. Yes, it happens. It does happen. And like I said, I've seen things presented like that, and I did not take the, I made up $3,500, but I did not take the extra money, and luckily it worked out for me, and I didn't actually have to do but like 2 in a row, I think. 2 in a row weekends, but I didn't have to do the 5 in a row that they were, or 6 in a row, whatever they were talking about. So be mindful of that. If they start throwing out money, they are short-staffed and they need the help, and it's coming from somewhere. That help is coming from somewhere. Now, another little tip that I have learned, and this one I do all the time. If they call for a one-off shift and they say, hey, Chris, hey, we see that you have Thursday off. Will you come in and work for Nurse XYZ? And I'll say, I will sweeten the deal for me. It's kind of dirty for me to say that. I will leave my staff short-staffed. It's kind of You kind of sound like a jerk when you say that. If it's not sweeter for me, you know, it's kind of a jerk move. But they say, hey, Chris, you know, we need you to work Thursday. I'll say, oh, yeah. I will come in and I'll do it for double time. Or I'll do it for time and a half. Or I'll do it for, you know, a $100 gift card and hourly rate. Or I'll do it between these hours only, and I want, you know, something else to sweeten the deal. And I've come to find out, if you really don't want to do that shift, make your demand sort of something that's unobtainable, and they may ask someone else. But they may also give you, or, you know, try to give you whatever it is that's unobtainable. You know, say, yeah, I'll come in, but, you know, I want the whole next week off with pay, and don't use my PTO time. Paid time off time. Yeah, we'll say it that way. You know, and then maybe they'll, you know, maybe they'll do it, maybe they won't do it. But when places get desperate and they're short-staffed, especially right now, it seems like everyone is burnt out. I mean, everybody's burnt out. I'm burnt out. I'm done. You know, I'm gonna show up every day, but you know, everybody's burnt out, especially with this COVID going on. When places get short like that, they're gonna start presenting offers. And if you know when to take that offer, that's when, you know, that's when it's good. If you miss out on the offer, you're gonna have to work it anyways. If you take the offer too early, maybe you kind of shortchange yourself. But somebody's got to do that shift. Somebody has to work it. They always need staff. So find the sweet spot in the deal. Offer your own deals if you have to. I do myself. But kind of look at the writing on the walls. Be sure you take a look at that and see if, you know, if something looks pretty sweet to you. You know, you might be all right doing it. I don't know. But it is what it is. That's what I got for you today. You know, something a little short and sweet. Something we're kind of, you know, working through a lot right now with the COVID. We've been short-staffed since April. I mean, you know, or April or May. So, you know, I've been doing this for 8 months now. Ugh. And I'm sure a lot of other nurses have been doing this just as long. 8 months is a long time to keep on doing this. But, you know, I hope it helps. If you like this video, check this one out over there-ish. And then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe over here-ish. You know, check it out. Don't like it, do like it, you know, whatever. If you are a veteran nurse and you are going through this, let me know. I hope it helps. Thank you much.